Filthy Frank is dead. As some of you guys know, Filthy Frank's departed from YouTube. Now, is he quitting YouTube forever? I don't know. I'm not a fan of his, so I'm just going off of what I see and what I research. He might upload more videos, but from my understanding, he's not going to be doing the same edgy bullshit that he's done pretty much since he's arrived on this platform, the platform I love so much, and the material that specifically garnered him the majority of the attention that he has, why it is that people know him for who he is. Back in the summer of 2016, I made a video that I really regret because while there was a part of me that was serious, I also tried to get a crazy reaction from the internet, and I did, and I regret that because Filthy Frank's fan base is toxic as hell. All right, man, they ate me alive, all right? That's all I'm going to say. In fact, the comment section on my video, the one where I said that Filthy Frank's like the scum of the internet, it actually got disabled. Not because I personally disabled the comment section, because YouTube actually disabled the comment section. So YouTube went through my comments and they were like, okay, this kid's getting roasted so bad, we're going to disable the comment section for his sake. Do I stand by my opinion that Filthy Frank is partially responsible for the negativity, the trolling, the toxic behavior on the internet? Partially responsible? Does he add to the fire? Yes, he does. Do I partially add to the fire? Yes, I do. Now, we can't compare me, some random anime reviewer with 400,000 subscribers, to Filthy Frank, the guy who's on every single 4chan post, pretty much. That's over-exaggerating quite a bit. But this dude is edgelord of the internet. That's not a debate. He's probably pushed troll culture more than anyone else in the last 5 years or so on YouTube. And by the way, for those that aren't aware, YouTube recently became mainstream maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago. YouTube's been around since like 2005, 2006, but it really only became super mainstream, I would say 2013, 2014. Back when I started YouTube, if a music video had 100 million views, that was insane. Like, that music video was like one of the biggest music videos on the platform. Nowadays, just about every music video is like 100 million views. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang.
300 million, 400 million views. That's insane, okay? I could do that. You could do that. Filthy Frank, for better or worse, with this satire, gave trolls a freaking home and legitimized their behavior. It's alright to be a piece of online as long as it's satire, alright? Now, I'm partially responsible. All of us are responsible. If we're on the internet and we crack stupid jokes from time to time, some that may indeed be insensitive to other people, not taking into account our words and our actions, we are also responsible. So I'm not here on a high throne saying Filthy Frank is evil and I'm the benevolent savior. That's not what I'm saying. We're all a part of the problem if we're not actively doing good things in the world or on the internet, etc., etc. Now, I'm going to read his final statement in connection to his comedy content on YouTube, the one that he put up on Twitter. We're going to go about breaking this down, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on Filthy Frank's departure. So, although previously mentioned through Billboard, I believe an official statement as to why I am now done with comedy is owed to my former fan base, of which I'm extremely grateful for. And while it genuinely pains me to express this, I do hope that the reasons below may provide some insight into my decision. Billboard. How many of us get to pursue a music career after posting a bunch of viral, stupid bullshit? Not too many of us, but a lot of us do want to do that. So this guy, a lot of blessings in his life, clearly. Already, a lot. What the fuck am I listening to right now? You know what the sad part about that is that rap's gotten so watered down and it's changed so much that this actually bangs. Like, this is a solid track. The lyrics quite questionable. Definitely not making it onto the radio. Definitely ain't gonna be number one good single in the country. But there's legitimate rhythm, flow, and the beat's pretty good. It's still kind of crazy, though, that it's on iTunes with like 2,000 ratings, 5 stars. Stop. All right, just stop right now, okay? 5 stars? Really? Come on, stop. I don't care if he's trolling or not. And he even got a review from The Needle Drop, and I know that he's got friendships with a lot of other YouTubers, including The Needle Drop, who reviewed his album, but he's just very blessed. That's all I'm going to say about this guy. The fact that he could just switch careers and express his creativity in other ways. Because he actually said in an interview that he was boxed in. He was making videos out of fear because he felt like maybe his fan base wouldn't be receptive to the change and they wouldn't gravitate to the new material or the ways that he wanted to express his creativity as he, started growing and changing and didn't enjoy making the same content that he's been making all these years, the stuff that actually made him popular. It's very hard to stray away from the stuff that made you popular because that's all you know. And if something fails and you don't know it, you quickly go back into your little box because that's what you know. Putting my thoughts aside about Filthy Frank's content, he's extremely blessed. You can't take that away from this guy, and I know I've stressed that point quite enough by now. His two reasons for wanting to stop are, one, unfortunately, I no longer enjoy producing that content. Now, this could be for a number of reasons. It could be partially because of YouTube and the unadvertiser-friendly platform that it currently exists. Where basically you just cannot express yourself in certain ways because YouTube is going to demonetize you, blacklist you, basically make it impossible for you to be creative and have your fans actually gravitate towards your content. They'll allow you to upload on the platform, but if your video is not being sent to your subscribers or isn't being promoted the same way that all of your other content used to be promoted, it's like this is your home and you can't sleep in your home anymore. If you look at his page, most of his videos are relatively successful. I mean, he has a pretty high viewership rate when you compare it to his number of subscribers, but he also hasn't uploaded anything recently. So a big thing with that could be that he noticed this current wave of a lot of people who do similar content that he does being affected by these policies, and he feels like maybe it's time to pack my bags and just change things up. So it could be a number of things. That could have been a factor, but of course, I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm sure if I did some more research, I'd figure out exactly why he stopped in greater detail. But, the platform as a whole has not been very kind to people like Filthy Frank, and at the same time has not promoted the type of content that he does for good reasons. I support not promoting the content Filthy Frank does. Doesn't mean I believe his content should be blacklisted, though. I believe that change needs to come from people. People need to decide that, Filthy Frank's whack, not YouTube and all the higher-ups, because you're going to give them the power to shut anybody down. It could be, you could upload all types of great content, but YouTube will feel like, oh, yeah, but this isn't really what we want for our site. Exactly. So, bye-bye. It could also just be the fact that he's grown as a person, and he's tired of uploading the same kinds of videos. Listen, man, when I talked about how he played with animals' lives in certain videos, it's not even like he's killing living animals or whatever, but it's just the fact, when I eat something, guys, I always think about what I'm eating. If I'm eating a piece of chicken, I realize where that chicken came from. I respect that chicken. I eat it, but I say, you know what? That was messed up, the fact that had to happen. But it's okay because I guess that's the way the world is. But hopefully one day we ain't got to be eating meat no more and causing all this unnecessary suffering to other living creatures. But Filthy Frank be throwing all these creatures, all these animals that are already dead everywhere. He'll be eating vomit cakes. I'm sorry, but some of that is just not, maybe some people find that really funny. I don't. I just think it's nasty as f***. Reason number 2, though, several serious health concerns, including but not limited to throat tissue damage and neurological conditions that I prefer not to get into. And I believe in the interview he briefly touched on that, the fact that he has to take medication in order, I guess, just to feel normal and healthy and not to have seizures, which, listen here, man, I don't care what you think about his content, how much you disagree with it. I do not wish any kind of suffering medical kind of conditions on this guy. He makes a lot of cancer jokes. I've had family members, very close family members, that have died of cancer, so I hate cancer jokes. If this is one of the biggest reasons why he decided to stop making content because he's just sick, that's sad. I would not want Filthy Frank to go and stop making content that I disagree with because he's sick. That's not a trade-off. That's not anything that we can say, oh, okay, I guess it's even now. No, that's terrible mentality. So I'm sorry for him. If that is one of the biggest factors, I'm hoping that he gets better so that he can continue making the content that I disagree with, that I don't like, because I'd rather him stop making the content out of a place of genuine change. I don't want to do this anymore because I think it's just stupid. Which point number 1 or reason number 1 seems to be stating that this decision is final. I really can't express just how grateful I am to you all, nor will I ever forget the relationship that we had together. Moving forward, it is up to you whether you'd like to join or not. In any event, I will strive to continue creating and developing projects I am passionate about and hope you'll succeed in doing the same. From Joji. All I could say is, get better, dude. I don't like your content. I think a lot of it is disgusting, but nobody deserves to suffer, and at the end of the day, I can respect your effort at the very least. Dude has very good production quality. He's very creative, and that's why his music bangs, even though I feel like nowadays, everybody's a rapper. Like, all big YouTubers do rap now because all they need is a ghostwriter and some hot beats, and it's very easy to make a hit single. Very easy. But if that's where Frank's heart is, or that Joji's heart is, by all means, go for it. Shoot for a music career. Get some like actual legitimate songs in the Billboard top 10. You know, not just talking about fingering Donald Trump's asshole. I'm so glad that I'm like numb to lyrics, like crazy lyrics. Like, I hear, you know, this whole thing about hitting Donald Trump's G-spot, and I'm just like, I just shift it out. Like, I don't process that, because to me it's so nasty. It's not something I want to process. But if I invested enough effort into processing that, I probably could. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Filthy Frank is dead, at the very least, his comedy persona, according to him. But his spirit does live on in other ways, through other forms of art, and I think dude will see blessings no matter where he goes, just because he's built up such a solid, loyal fan base.